sport tonight. It's a South American special. I've got some South American music. I hope this is South American. Sorry for the delay. Guillermo May, Auckland FC striker, is joining us. Welcome, Guillermo. How you going, mate?
Hey, thank you for the music, for the welcome, and thank you for calling me to be here.
That's okay. This would be South American, wouldn't it? Latin?
I don't know. maybe the north part of South America, not close to my country.
Yeah,
it is different, isn't it? Like we talk about South American people, but it's a huge continent, so you're all very different. You're from Uruguay, is that correct?
Yes. I'm from Uruguay. Uruguay is, as Argentina and Chile, the country more in the south part of South America. But yeah, it's huge. It's pretty different between countries. Like Brazil, for me, is a whole continent.
Yeah.
Different language, different culture.
Yeah.
We are not even similar to the Brazilians.
No.
I'm talking about the Uruguayan people. And we are also different with the north part of South America. I think the closest people to us are the Argentinians, for sure.
Yeah, your neighbours, your big football rivals as well.
Yes.
Yeah, going all the way back to 1930, right? And the first World Cup, where Uruguay beat Argentina 4-2, I think.
Yeah, the first World Cup was played in Uruguay, and the grand final was Argentina against Uruguay. Yeah.
Wow.
good data. Good memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just say remember that.
I never remember where I leave my keys for my car, but I remember statistics about football.
All of Uruguay and how they achieved. Yeah.
That's right.
The same problem at home. We are all, my mother, and there's my dad and my brothers. We are all men, so we cannot remember anything about something in the day-to-day, but about football we can talk like hours and hours, and we can remember everything.
And did you start football from a very young age, Guillermo?
Yes. When I was a kid, like 3 years old, in Uruguay is really popular. It's the main sport by far, with the other ones, and there's called like a big system called baby football that is between the 3-4 years old till 11, 12. So yeah, they send you there. It's like a national league, and of course, is when you are like a little kid, doesn't matter how it works. Like if you win or lose, no one take care about. But even when you are getting older, it's like, of course, and yeah, it's a huge part of our life, the football, since we are kids. And I started as a young kid with 3 years old.
And then you progressed, and you were with Nacional Academy, and then went on to play for that team. And so, what was that like, starting as a professional footballer in Uruguay?
It's difficult. It's difficult because it's really competitive. I can imagine something similar here. I think with the rugby, maybe, or I don't know, because it's a huge competitive sport since you are a kid. So Nacional and Peñarol are the biggest teams in Uruguay, like the big clubs there. Imagine Auckland FC, Nacional. There's two, Nacional and Peñarol in Uruguay, and yeah, they start calling at the age of 12 years old, the players, and the academy goes between the 12 and when you get the first team. But the competitiveness is really big. Imagine they pick 40, 50 players for one division, and then you have like you start in the ninth division, then eighth, seventh, like till you get the first team. Yeah, there are lots of players that play along with you, and they are
They
not.
don't make it, yeah. And
They-
you played a couple of seasons in the Premier Division in Uruguay, correct?
Yes,
Two
yes.
seasons, 2 or 3
I
seasons.
I played the U20 Libertadores Cup. That is a huge
I
tournament
see
in
that.
South
Yes,
America.
you scored a hat trick in the final.
Yeah, yes,
Blimey.
yes.
Get that in.
It was good times also.
Yeah, I bet.
And after that, before I made my professional debut in Uruguay, I went to Spain.
Mm.
I went to Spain on loan for a year.
Deportivo La Coruña.
La Coruña, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
How
Now
was
it's in
Spain for
second
football?
division, yeah.
Yeah, second
West
division. Yeah.
part of Spain, Galicia.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
big football club. You played in the reserves mainly that year. Was that right?
Yes, I play in the reserve team. I was training with like some players of us, like training with the first team, but playing with the reserve team every
Yeah.
game to get minutes, to develop, I don't know, like confidence in the club and that. And that was in 2018 and 2019.
Beautiful. And then you sort of went back to Uruguay, I believe,
Yeah,
for a
our
season or
season
so.
was a bad season.
Yeah.
The Deportivo La Coruña get promoted in the relegation zone through the division, and then when that's happened, you start thinking about, is my real plan to keep here and in this division, or coming back and try to develop in the first league of Uruguay. It was a difficult decision.
And so you went back to Uruguay from
Yeah.
Spain.
Yes.
Yeah. And did you go? You were with Newell's Old Boys in Argentina. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After that, I played four years in Uruguay in 3 different teams.
Yep.
1 year in Nacional, 1 year in Cerro Largo, and 1 year in Danubio. And I reached my best level in Danubio. And after that, they bought me from Newell's Old Boys in Argentina. When I was playing in such a good level in Danubio, they bought me from Argentina. Yeah.
Very famous club. Very famous club.
Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diego Maradona. I think Lionel Messi was there when he was very young, and
Right.
Diego Maradona when he was very old.
Big names. Big names.
Big names. Gabriel Batistuta.
Yeah.
Angel Di Maria, and Marcelo Bielsa, and of
Yes.
course Maurizio Pochettino. I'm a Spurs fan, so
Yeah.
Is this the moment where we can get our links in, because we even little Birmingham City had a Uruguayan. Walter Pandiani, if that rings a bell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Birmingham City, Guillermo?
I love English football. So
there you go. There you go. See, we are known. Yeah, it's funny because there must be a link, because we got Walter Pandiani from Deportivo La Coruña, so there must be a link between Uruguay and Deportivo, because he went to that.
Between Uruguay and Deportivo, yes, they were lots of players that play there. In like I can remember, if you remember Sebastián Abreu, from the national team of Uruguay in 2010.
Okay.
Also, there are lots of players, but Pandiani is one of the most remembered guys in that team. The problem is that in England, there's not so many players, so many Uruguayan players in playing in the English football.
Wow. Yeah.
The most famous was Suarez in recent
Suarez,
times.
yeah, that has to be him. Yeah.
He was in England. We have a thing called a pantomime. You know what a pantomime is? And at Christmas, there's always a baddie, like a villain, like a
Yeah.
bad guy in the pantomime. And
Yeah,
Luis Suarez was like a pantomime villain. You know, he was the bad guy
Yes.
of football. I mean, he was a beautiful, of course, amazing footballer.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
But
fantastic.
other clubs fans did not
I
like
remember.
Louis.
I was a young kid and I used to wake up and watch his games. Of course, for Uruguayan football, is like a hero. But I know that in England was something that was not good
Yeah.
between Suarez and
No.
the people there. Yeah.
He had a big energy about him.
He was good.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, Guillermo, so you go back to Uruguay. You have some time, some more loan teams, and then so last year, how did the Auckland FC thing come about for you?
Wow, good story because I I even know all the story of how did they get me. But football nowadays, I think, is more about data and scouting. So to match a player, all the clubs like look for some characteristics or some. We need, in my case, we need a striker with who can be our reference in our team. I think they may have a little of experience, but also not so old because the other foreign players they were like older people like Hiroki or Felipe or something, and they were looking for I think a guy with my characteristics, and they call one guy who is like not my agent, but he used to help me with the movements because I don't have an agent nowadays. I prefer to move by my own, and they contact him. He asked me if I would like this chance. We start talking. Of course, I said, yeah, maybe it's a good opportunity. It was something new, so for me, it was difficult to take the decision to come here. But I already knew the A League before.
Okay.
Uh, and the thing of making a big club in a big city, because of course Melbourne and Sydney are big cities, but after that in Australia, I think the main city maybe in terms of people is Auckland maybe.
Yeah,
And,
we're about third. We're about same as Brisbane, I think. Yeah,
and they
third or
told
fourth.
me about what they wanted to do after I say yes, maybe it can be a possibility. They told me about they wanna play for the championship. They wanna bring all the people in New Zealand or in Auckland to make a big club and to have really big crowds as it happens now. So the moment they tell me I really like, of course, after that we have to negotiate about terms, conditions. This is football, and every time you are talking about everything, not only about the sport part or the living part. That I also knew something about New Zealand. It was a really good
Do
lifestyle.
you
I like the
come
country.
alone or with a family? What's your?
Well, in the moment I make the decision, my brother was living in Australia, in Queensland, yeah.
Okay.
And after I had my first conversation with Terry in the club, I called him and I say him, I'm thinking about moving to New Zealand. If I go to Auckland, you move with me or not?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see him since 2 years ago or 3 years ago because he was living here. I
Okay.
was living in
Sure.
Argentina.
Yeah.
We were not
Yeah,
together for a few many years, and I was alone. I called him. For me, it was a really good experience to be together another time, you know. And he said me yes, and he came.
So he's
came
come
with
over
me.
to live in Auckland with you.
Yeah,
To be
he's
here.
living with me now.
Lovely.
Is that now?
The brothers, is that it? Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And so
That's
you
great.
you did the deal, and you've come into the A League, Guillermo, and you've played all 19 games in the A League. You've played. I looked at your stats: 1,659 minutes.
Yes.
You started every game you played, scored 7 goals, 6 with the left foot, 1 with the head.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah.
That's right.
That left foot of yours, it's a weapon. I've seen it.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
It is.
Do you like the
I
long
think-
range efforts though? Do you practice these?
Yes, yes, of course. My whole career, I think playing as a striker, you have to develop your long range or short range, but always be connected with the goal. You know, is the problem when you score too much, everyone will love you. When you don't score,
Yeah.
You're out. You're out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, yeah.
Now I think my long range now is getting. I can do it more because I think at the middle of this season of what we are playing of this season in the middle, we made a small change and Max started playing with me,
Yeah.
and that's helped me.
Yeah.
In my whole career, I used to play as a second striker or like
It's the number 10. We call it a 10.
yeah, as number 10.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that helps me not only to receive the ball in with the center back in my back, if not to play with the field in my front. You know, to receive, to keep the ball, to look passing,
You seemed much more comfortable in that 10 role than the 9 role you started in. Definitely. Would that be true?
Yes. And I think my stats are getting really are showing my best in this position and knowing the other. Of course, I want to play always. No, I'm a.
You play anywhere.
I decide to be a football player because I love playing football. And if you put me as a right back, I will try to do my best, of course.
Yeah.
And the team was doing well since the start, so I was enjoying. Of course, my first games I was trying to be better every time and to have better stats and that. But the main thing in football is to win as a team, you know. And we were winning. Now we still winning. We're still top of the league, and I'm enjoying more playing with more freedom.
Eight games undefeated.
Yes.
So yeah, you're winning, but also not losing, which is important. When you sort of arrived at this football club, and you know the players came from all over the world, really. You know, there's a lot of Kiwis, but a lot of from over the world. Some returning Kiwis, some Aussies. Did you sort of think how are we going to suddenly be a team and compete in this league? Did you worry about that before?
Yes, of course. It was all new, and when we arrived, everyone has doubt about how it's gonna be, how the players will connect each other, and how the Kiwis will receive the foreign players, and how the foreign players can bring all the experience from overseas to this club. Yeah, it was everything was a question, or I don't know how to say it in English, but
Up in the air.
yeah,
up in the air. Yeah, that's a good
up in the air.
English expression.
It was everything up in the air.
Yeah.
And, after the first games, we start connecting each other. Of course, winning in football helps to make a unit, to be all together, and that's what we make in these 19 weekends so far.
19 weekends, yeah. And have you been surprised by the support? Because don't forget, Guillermo, we've had no professional football team in this city for 17, 18 years. And have you been kind of like surprised by how Aucklanders have got behind the team?
Uh, for me, it's unbelievable how football is growing here, and how nowadays you go to the street and you see people with the Auckland shirt or with something
Yeah.
about Auckland FC,
Mm.
and with that, I'm talking about the crowd in the stadium is it's like something that we all know is the best team in the league. The first year is the best crowd in the league. Only in the year.
Yeah.
By a long way. By a long way.
By a fair way. Yeah.
Mm.
I play
Yeah.
in when not in all the stadiums now, but in maybe
I think you've been to all of
most
them.
of them.
Have you
And
been away to all of them? I think in the A League.
no, we have to play Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory. That I think they have good crowds.
Yeah, better crowds. I think. Yeah, but small crowds like in places like Central Coast and
But
places like that. Yeah.
nothing comparing with Port and the crowd of Auckland FC. Nothing compared. For me, it's a really different feeling to play home games than away.
Yeah,
It's a really different. Here, as the word said, you feel like you are at home.
Yeah.
When you jump on the pitch and you start watching all the crowd and the pot coming down from the stairs, and that's for me.
That's cool.
You are coming from a football that has a lot of passion. You are here. You are getting a really, really, really good energy in this club. Really good energy.
Yeah.
Would you say the players have really used that support? Have the players? Does it spur you on that there's full stadiums, that there's the port there?
For me, it's one of the keys, of course. I'm talking about my position and playing with the support of the people, and it's like an extra player. When you have the ball, you think that people is expecting as all of us to get good chances. When we are defending, you need to give a little bit more for them, because you don't want to disappoint our home people. And of course, it's like another player for us, and it's really, really different how our energy, our you can run a little bit more playing at home than away.
Yeah,
that's great. It's been really great to watch. What about some insights on the team? Who is the loudest in the team? Who's the guy that's banging his head against the wall and come on, give us it.
I would say Dan Hall.
Dan Hall.
Okay, yeah.
He's I think
He's been out for a while though.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back. He's
Nice.
He's right there.
Yeah, and he's like a warrior. I used to say him like he's a warrior. He's the first for all, and he's also a crazy guy. He's always with the up energy, so he's amazing.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah. So Dan Hall's the leader. What about the music in the dressing room? That's always the question. Who is in charge? Who's in control of the Spotify in the dressing room?
He's in charge. Michael Bowdy, the second keeper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Important job.
Really good DJ. Really good DJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good DJ.
And also, when we are at the gym, sometimes or before games, the PF Elias is a little bit jealous with preparing the games, and he want to put the music to do this, to do that. So
bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Nice. And who is the hardest trainer? Who trains the hardest?
Wow, good question. I have to say that it's one of the teams that I've been that they trains really hard every single time. Yeah, they are hard trainings. You have to run a lot. You have to be competitive, aggressive in duels. But in trainings, maybe the hardest one, I would say, Felipe Gallegos, the Chilean guy, he used to train a lot. Used to be
Right.
really aggressive in training. He shows the same as in the games. You know, he ran a lot. He's very competitive. Also, Callan Elliott, right back, he's really aggressive in trainings.
Okay.
And if I had to say one more,
Verstraete, he comes across as someone, is he there?
yes.
Because he's super competitive on the pitch.
Wow.
Like,
What about you? What about you, Guillermo? Do you like training?
I prefer playing.
That's the right answer. That's the right answer. Yeah.
No, but
that's like me. That's how I was.
For me, of course, is something you will play as you train. You will not do magic in the game if you don't train anything. But my mentality is not the same in a game that in a training session. Of course, I try to go. I try to not be aggressive with my teammates. Last week, no, the other one, we have some days off, I think, and we made a football game between us. And I remember I tried a nutmeg with Louis Verstraete, as you were telling. And he was really angry with me after that.
I can see that. I can easily see that. Yeah.
But no, my mentality in the games is completely different as in training, of course.
And what sort of headspace are you guys in now? Obviously, we're a long way. I think we're 6 points top of the ladder. We've done some maths, which shows that we should win the Premier Plate.
Yeah.
The first. It looks like it would be very unusual if we didn't win that now. And then we go into like a playoff system and semi-finals and finals. That's going to be different again. It's like the end of the season. What sort of frame of mind is all the players in about this now? Are we sort of looking forward to the semi-finals and finals, or are we still every game as it comes type mentality?
In football, no one in a dressing room would tell you that he's thinking about semi-finals before winning Premiership, because it's something that, like, how do you say, when it's some
superstition? Superstition?
Yeah,
kind of like that, isn't it? Yeah, you don't want to tempt fate. Yeah.
I love to be honest. I don't like when they start talking about superstition and things. For me, we were the best team, but at the moment in the league, we are a really competitive team, and it's really hard to beat us. I think the other day we have a bad game as a team, and still we made a point.
In Newcastle, I thought that was a really good point.
Yeah, it was.
Point.
Yeah.
But also
down to 10 men as well.
We were not good. We had 10 men. Alex saved a penalty.
He did.
And that's, for me, shows something that we are prepared to win the Premiership. Of course, we are coming into after 2 draws. So this weekend we have to win. It's a must. It's a must win in this weekend. I think if we win this weekend, we will be really close to win the Premiership. Last weekend, for me, we were playing against a really good team as Newcastle is nowadays. They have a really good. They are in a really good moment now. And the other teams
who's the best team that you've played so far? Who do you think's been the hardest
against them?
Opposition?
The hardest?
Yeah, against you guys.
I would say more than one. Western United are really good team. They pressed really well. They did. They have 11 players, like competitive players that will not allow you to play as you want. I think in tactical terms, Western United maybe are the best ones. Adelaide, for me, they have a really good football between them. They play really good. but you can damage them. They are not so aggressive as Western United. Like they can play through you. They can. They are really good. They are going to. You will run against them because you will have to fight for the ball. But they are also not so aggressive defensively, so you can damage them. And for me, there's one team that in our game we didn't suffer too much because some of the big players were injured, but playing them in a playoff, it's gonna be difficult because for me they have big game players as Sydney FC. If they reach the semifinals or the playoffs
or even the grand final. We're all dreaming of the semi-finals, the grand final.
It's different because in the league you show you are the best team in the year, but playing a playoff is completely different.
It's a cup game. Yeah.
It's a cup game. Yeah. And sometimes some big players can decide the game, and I think if I have to look the squads and the names, maybe Sydney FC has really big names for this competition.
Well, we've got a big name. We've got Guillermo May. You
No,
know,
of course.
Guillermo May's a big name in the A-League now. Guillermo, you're doing well.
Of course we show. I think nowadays the other teams are more worried of us than we are more worried of them. But I still have to say that it's a really good league and it's a really good level in the other teams. We are doing good things because we are really aggressive, all of us. We are like warriors, as I told in one interview after the game. We are 11 players that we don't have a star. Maybe the star is Hiroki, and also he's a right back, so he's gonna be a warrior. He's gonna win duels.
He gets a few as well, Hiroki. He gets a few.
He does. Yeah.
Like a striker.
So having 11 players that will be in every single time trying to win, it's gonna be difficult to beat us.
Yeah. I think you guys are gonna go a long way. I've got a few questions just before you go, Guillermo. These are about being here in New Zealand rather than the football. Okay, so it's like a citizenship test. I'm going to ask you some very Kiwi questions. How long have you been here? Like 9 months. Let's see if you can get. All right. Question number one, and if you can see the screen as well, I've got a banner.
I'll tell you what. I might not get some of these.
Here we go, Guillermo. What is a pavlova? And why is it so famous? What do you know about the pavlova?
It's a dessert, of course.
Yeah.
No?
Yes, dessert. What type of dessert?
I have to explain what is so famous. Why is so famous? That's a good question, but of course I've heard the pavlova before coming here. It's
You've heard of the dishes around the world, but there's a famous point to it here. Matthew, do you know why it's so famous? What's the big thing with pavlova?
Oh, God, jeez. I was worried that you were going to come to me.
He's been here 17 years.
Yeah, you can tell. Is it something to do with is it the ballerina?
Okay, I'm gonna let you know. So the pavlova is who invented the pavlova is disputed.
Okay.
It's disputed between New Zealand and Australia. So the New Zealanders and the Australians both claim to have invented pavlova, and there's a little bit of trouble over it, Guillermo. So just
I already listened that story. Yeah, I already listened.
Good information.
I will say it's a New Zealand.
He's beaten me 1-0 already.
Right, we've got another one. If you are asked to bring a plate and wear your togs and jandals, what is happening to you? What is happening? Bring a plate, wear your togs and jandals.
I love the way it's been phrased. Like, what is happening? What's going on?
We are going to the supermarket.
No, you're not going to the supermarket. You could go to the supermarket in your jandals, but not in your togs. No, not in your togs. And
No, not in
So-
the togs. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're asked to bring a plate, what do you think? Let's break this question down.
Sorry, togs is underwear. Togs is underwear. Or what? What is the
Plate.
meaning of togs?
Bring a plate. Okay, so togs.
Ah,
All right, so bring a plate means if someone says, "Hey, Guillermo, come to my house this weekend.
yeah.
We've got a swimming pool, right? Bring a plate. Wear your togs and your jandals. Bring a plate means. What do you think? Bring a plate means? It's so complicated. I know.
This is so hard. I worry if I go to Uruguay, this is the kind of stuff that you get. Yeah, it's yeah.
I don't want to be embarrassed or something. I don't know.
No, you don't. Shouldn't be embarrassed. You don't be embarrassed. I'm
I
helping. I'm helping. All right, Matthew. What happens if you're asked to bring a plate in New Zealand?
You're asked to bring a plate of food.
It's just bring a plate of food. You have to
share with everybody.
Have to bring a food to share. Food to share. Yeah, so everyone will bring a plate, and everyone will bring a food of something different. Bring a plate.
Yeah, you can
right?
share.
So you bring a plate. That's kind of obvious. Wear your togs. Wear your togs.
Is this back? Is this
Matthew? Go on then. If
to me.
Get it. Yeah.
I tried to do the old. You'd wear them if you're going to go swimming. So like
your bathing suit. It's your swimming costume. Your speedos.
Yeah.
So you wear your swimming costume, your togs,
and
your and jandals. Jandals. Do you know? Have you heard jandals yet, Guillermo?
No, never.
No. These are around the rest of the world. They're known as flip flops.
For
your feet. Flip flops.
For my feet.
Yeah. So Kiwis have very strange words for things.
Jandals, togs,
jandals, togs, bring a plate.
Who knows?
All right. Remember
it. I learned something new because it was impossible for me.
You will thank me. And I've got one more.
One more.
Hold on, one more. Here we go. If a New Zealander asks you to come to the batch with them, is this good news? And where would you be going? A batch. If I said, Guillermo, come to my batch.
I love all around the world when you're confused. It's this. I do that a lot at work. People will come to me with a problem, and I'll be like, "Oh my god!"
What's this?
What is
Kiwi,
going
teaching
on?
you Kiwi, you know?
Yeah.
Any? Do you want to guess?
Batch.
I want you to come to the batch. Come to my batch. No, it's hard. It's a hard one.
I tell you,
It's a
there's
hard
no. If I'd have been here, I would have had no idea.
The house is not gonna be the house because batch.
Ooh,
That's close.
Ooh, yeah.
It is a house. I'm going to let you know. It's a house, but it's your holiday house.
Your holiday house.
Yeah. If you have a second house, or you can rent a batch. You can go on holiday, and a lot of people go and they rent batches and houses.
Where does New Zealand people go in holidays? And where do they have their batch?
The batch. Well, where would you have your batch, Matthew? Where would you have? If I could choose, where would you go?
I think most common Aucklanders would probably have one on the Coromandel.
The Coromandel.
That would be very common.
Yeah, batch on the Coromandel.
But I would go Waiheke Island if I could have one.
Batch on Waiheke Island.
Batch
up north, anywhere up north is beautiful. Northland.
Yeah.
Mount Manganui, no, it's too far away from here.
No, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
You could have a batch. You could have a batch there.
Yeah. That's definitely.
All right. The last one. If a Kiwi tells you they're keen as for something, what does this mean?
If I get this, they are
keen as. I'm keen as.
They are the perfect ones to do that or something or no?
Yeah.
It's kind of it kind of like if you said to me, "Hey Dale, we should go for a beer together," I'd say keen as, which means I'm really keen. Like keen means very excited, like very, very you want it, you're excited about it.
Yeah?
Keen as.
What?
Keen as, yeah. Keen as. If one of your teammates say, "Hey, do you want to go for coffee?" You say keen as. You know? This is
We should
brilliant.
hit with that. You should
I
hit
will
them
do
with
it.
that in the.
Also, I will do it.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Right.
All right, Guillermo. This has been absolutely
There you go.
a heap of fun talking to you, and
Yeah.
it's great. It's great to have you on. Really enjoyed your company, mate.
I really enjoy talking with you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
And also I learn things.
You've learned. We've taught you something. Best of luck. Best of luck if we don't talk to you again before the end of the season.
I hope
keep
that we can
keep going
talk
hard.
another
Keep
time.
going hard. Yeah, we're there with you.
Yeah. Maybe when we win the Premiership, we can talk another time.
Let's get some beers. I'm
Yeah.
keen as.
Yeah.
Keen as.
Keen as. There
We
you
will
go.
go. We'll go to the batch. We'll go to the batch to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Oh my,
togs.
oh my God. That was so good. That was very good.
All right, Guillermo. We'll say goodbye to you. We'll get on with some other stuff. But beautiful to hear from you. Good luck,
Thank
mate.
you. Thank you for
Alrighty.
inviting me, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Good
Lovely
night
to
to
meet
you.
you. All right. See you later.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
mate. See you later. Oh, that's so good.
Wow. There we go. Guillermo May. Very, very exciting to have Guillermo on the
was-
show. I
That
had
was
no
brilliant.
idea we were going to be giving over such secrets to the Kiwi lifestyle to our number
Yeah.
one striker. I can't believe they haven't
What?
sat him down and talked about this yet.
I know. What an easy guy to talk to. How you can I tell you what was great about that was that it goes back to a lot of football clubs are doing this. That I think what he was trying to reference to was when they were looking to sign him, they tried to speak to somebody which was almost talking about his character and what type of person he was.
Yes.
You know, they did all the data, but then they wanted to really talk to somebody, which I think he said was like an ex-agent or someone he'd known for a while, and they'd spoken to him, which I just thought was absolutely fantastic. And you can see why they signed him. I mean, you can imagine he'd be such a great character in the dressing room. You know, he'd sit
Positive influence.
super positive,
Yeah.
brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant. You can
Yeah.
see. I tell you what, he's got the mark of a striker because he's just someone that, you know, you're gonna have your bad days, but you're gonna pick yourself back up and go again and go again. Like you said, you know, you're scoring goals, everyone loves you. If you don't start scoring, then everyone starts to jump on your back. So yeah.
Lovely to have that South American flavour tonight as well, Matthew, I thought.
Yeah, it was. Yes, I feel. Yeah, he should have given. Yeah, got the five
obviously we got Guillermo, Gallegos, and Moreno as well, are the South American players. But the other thing that I've noticed this season is lots of South Americans who live here in Auckland have really embraced the team. You know, like not only the players, but we see the flags and heaps of cultures getting into it.
I see where you're going with this. You just haven't put the music on for my benefit. There's a reasoning for this.
It's for your benefit. It's for everybody's benefit. We've got some more people coming on the show, Matthew.
That's what I thought.
Here we go. We have Alex. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you. Hi, Dale. Hi, Matt.
Hello. And well, we'll say hi to you first, Alex. Tell us where you're from, and obviously you're an Auckland FC fan.
Yeah, so I'm from Colombia, and of course I'm fans of Auckland FC from the day one. So yeah.
And you have you sort of you've started up the Latino Auckland FC Facebook page / fan club kind of thing?
Yeah, so the idea to create that group started after the first Auckland FC match. So we went there with a couple of friends. The atmosphere was very nice, like it looks like a South America. For us, like we eat, sleep, and breathe football. So for us was amazing to have that feelings back again. So after the second match, we the club give us an space in the stadium to share with the communities. We have different communities there, and so we start to bring our flags and share food, share a beer. So since that moment, our group started to grow, and is getting big. It's getting big. So yeah. We are excited.
And this stretches right across all the countries in South America. All the people here are sort of clubbing together. You're sort of uniting as Latinos. Yeah.
Yeah. So we start with Colombian people. We have friends from Ecuador, friends from Argentina, friends from Uruguay that start to come with us. And now we have people from Brazil, people from Chile, So yeah, it's a big community now. It's an
Beautiful,
amazing
beautiful.
group.
It is interesting. I mean, we're from England originally. I kind of like, if you put the Europeans together, it might not work so well. You know, if you have the English fans with the German fans and the Dutch and the Italians and the Spanish, I don't
French.
know, the French, Scots, even. You know, like it's I don't know. It's but you guys get on
I
fine,
know.
right? You guys get on fine.
Yeah.
No, I think we are together is because we cannot find another sport here that bring that emotion for us. Like, we respect the rugby, but it's not the same feelings when you are watching a rugby match than a football match. So this football create a good environment for us. So I think that's why we are together now and we are supporting this team is for that emotions. So yeah.
And did you have a little listen to the Guillermo May interview before you came on? Did you hear the interview with Guillermo?
I
Yeah,
listen everything.
He seems like a really great character as well as a great footballer. It's so exciting to talk to him today, I thought, for us.
Oh yeah, I think he's a really good player, but also as a very good person. So it's easy to talk, and he's friendly. When after the matches we go to the field to say hello, he always say hello, and he sign our flags, he sign our balls, everything that we bring. He always is like a keen to do it.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
Nader Moreno I see he's the same. He knows you guys, right?
Yeah, we have, I believe, one picture per match with him. We always go there and take the pictures. And in my special case, I'm from Colombia, so Moreno is for me my best player, but with respect. No, the others are very good, but it's just because I'm Colombian.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we've got a Colombian in Alex, and we also have Diego Ecuador, I believe, from Ecuador.
Hey,
Welcome,
how are you?
welcome,
Yeah.
Diego. Sorry,
Hey,
you were
guys. How are you?
backstage there. I could see you. I was going to get you on. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on, Diego.
Oh,
Man, no worries, mate.
Yeah.
Good to talk with you, and also with Matinho and also Alex.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're
wish
friends with Alex for more than 5 years.
Right,
So,
you two are pals.
Yeah. We are like a really good friends. So Alex,
Colombia versus Ecuador, though, like are they friends in real life? Those countries.
well, we share a lot of stuff. Mainly like the Colombian culture and the Ecuadorian is quite similar, and also like the food. Plus, I think that we have like a really good relationship with Colombians, and we share borders, of course.
Also, the flag, isn't the flag very similar? Yeah.
It's the similar like with Venezuela also, that we share the colors.
Venezuela,
in the past, Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela was only one country.
Wow.
I see.
We have like the same color.
See, we're learning as well. Not only is Guillermo learning, we're learning something.
And so Diego, how have you found? Do you go to the games with? You're there with Alex and
yeah.
So how have you found the matches? How have they been for you?
Oh, intensive. Like was really cool to see, like as Alex said, like football here in New Zealand. I've been like in some rugby games, but it's like different feeling. Like like we grew up with this love of the soccer, and it's quite good to see like the people that nowadays like they care about the soccer, and they feel like very passionate about the match. So it's quite like a good environment.
All the different countries, you've noticed that people are from everywhere, right? Everywhere.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Which is cool.
It feels like like people have been waiting for this for a long time, and then everyone goes down to the games. I feel like we're quite unique. We're quite special because there are Kiwis at the game, but there are so many pockets of different immigrants that live here, including us English. We might be quite unique around the world, because I don't know if the Australian clubs have quite the mix of kind of Brits and South Americans that we have here. Like Auckland seems so blended, and we're all getting behind this team.
And also it feels good that we felt like very welcoming since the first day. So we feel like quite good, like when we go to the match, and then we spend like time before. We try to get more people involved to support the team. So it's quite good to see like people from different countries like coming to where we are before the game and just have a chat, have like a drink.
Yeah, yeah. It's a social thing, and I feel I kind of feel somehow so connected to this team because football's my game from England, and you guys are probably the same. Now, like you say, rugby's been on, but like, you know, and now it's. What about you, Alex? Like, what's been the best part of the season? So, what's the best game that you've been to? What was the most enjoyable moment?
I think I enjoy all the matches, but of course the environment changed when we play against Wellington Phoenix because it's our like a New Zealand competitor, like the rival. So about with that team is more about the environment, all the people, the stadium is full, so that atmosphere is very nice. But talking about about football, I don't know. I really like the last one, and because we draw and was a dramatic draw that
4-4.
they
Yeah.
yeah, the other team scored at the I think was in the 98 minutes. So
had to be.
it was very dramatic. So I like that one. It was very intense.
Yeah, it was a shame we conceded a goal close to the end, but yeah, it was some game. It was some game. And who's Diego? Who's been your favorite player so far?
I think Sakai, like captain, like he I feel like he's like the base of the team, like he support every player in the team. So I kind of feel like how important is his role in the team. So I find like Sakai like really interesting football player, and also May, like he's a really good 10. We say like 10 in Spanish.
Yeah,
like,
we I think we say 10 as well in English football. It's that he just sits behind the main striker and
the main
feeds. And
strikers.
he said himself on this interview that he's sort of since he's changed positions back into that 10, he's playing his natural game, which is where he wants to be. Yeah, what we normally do, guys, is a bit different today because we had Guillermo on the top, but we normally just go through the last game. And so obviously it was over in Newcastle. Not many Auckland fans over there, but you guys would have watched it on the TV. I guess the big talking point from that game was the sending off, really, wasn't it? The VAR. It always seems to be a lot of talking about the decisions. What was your take on whether we should have had the guy sent off or not? Verstraete, wasn't it? Alex?
So about that topic, it's very hard to talk because the technology is there for a reason, but I always say that like I take something important from the football. So in this case about the bar, I think I read something that the first penalty wasn't something like that. So I don't know. It's a difficult topic. I think they have to use the technology for these kind of things, but sometimes it's not working, and is what upset me as a fan. So
the delay of it all as well sometimes with the VAR.
Yeah, they are waiting to restart the game, and then they say, "Oh, penalty or goal." Yeah, to be honest, is the football was better before
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think so. Yeah. The Newcastle game. What did you think about the team, Diego? The Newcastle game.
Well,
our team
was quite like a competitive team. Of course, like the bar situation didn't help, but I think we could do like a little bit more, like in the football speaking. But the boys did like a great job. It's really important to get 1 point from there from Aussie. So I find like was like a really good match for us, and also like we kept the position. We're still first in the league, so
Yeah, it was
quite good.
yeah. So we're reminding ourselves. So Newcastle, they scored that great goal after 12 minutes. A guy called Eli Adams smashed it in with his left foot. It was a great goal. 1-0 up, and then I guess a pivotal moment in the game is the handball for the penalty. Martino, what did you make of that penalty? 'Cause I watched it back, and the ball, he's not watching the ball, Pinnaker, is he? He's looking the other way, and the ball floats over his head and then lands on his arm.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? Can you give a penalty when the guy doesn't even see it, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm kind of always in the kind of the, it goes back to the red card. I'm a little bit against the odd. I stick with the VAR, where I think if it's quite subjective, I think the referee made the call on the field, so I'm not too bothered about that. The ball comes over, it quite clearly hits his arm. I guess in the if the referee thinks that was enough and he wasn't doing enough to keep his arms out the way, then it's a penalty. But I just stick to the old one that the VAR should be factual. If you're offside, you're offside. If the ball goes over the line, the ball goes over the line, or it doesn't go over the line. But the situations like I thought it was a harsh red card, and I thought it was a little bit of a soft penalty, but I can see why the ref gave it. And if he gave it straight away,
do you think the red card was a bit harsh?
I thought it was, yeah. Again, the thing is, though, with those two situations, the referee has deemed it a penalty straight away from what he saw. And what he saw with the foul, he thought it was a yellow card. So it's like, just stick with that. Your first gut instinct was penalty, yellow card. I'm fine with that. But
they overruled him in the VAR.
Yeah, I'm not fine.
Our friend from Adelaide, was it our mate from Adelaide, the ref again?
No,
I think he was the VAR. I think he was the VAR ref.
Oh, was he?
I think either I'm dreaming this. I don't know.
Yeah,
we need Robbie to confirm or deny.
We need Robbie to confirm or deny. Yeah, so.
But so essentially, and then Paulson, hasn't saved one yet. He saved his first penalty, and
yes.
Alex, he really stepped up, didn't he?
Sorry?
Paulson, I said he really stepped up. This, it was a crucial save because we go 2-0 down.
I think if that save changed the match,
because
if they score, we could lost.
Yes.
So it was a big save. So was a big important, and also for the he can feel like a more motivate and help the team to try to score again. So it's important for keep the team connected in the game.
That changed a lot for the game, like for the developing, saving the goal.
Yeah.
I think so. It was pretty pivotal. And then Jesse Randall scores a headed goal off Sakai's balls. I mean, Hiroka Sakai is great whipping balls in. We've got him on the right, De Vries on the left. Such balance with the team. And then of course the sending off. And then I don't remember kind of any of the rest of the game. I think Auckland somehow they managed to close the game out without looking too defensive. Like I think Tommy Smith had a goal ruled off for handball, but I didn't feel like we were in any trouble. I think they just sort of settled for the point. Would that be fair? We were happy with 1 point probably in that game.
Oh,
would you say,
I wasn't happy.
Yeah, I reckon
you weren't
getting
happy?
1 point as a visitors and in that conditions was like something really, really good.
Good result. But Alex, you weren't happy. You wanted more. You wanted more, Alex.
I wasn't happy, but 1 point is better than nothing. But I think the team did the right job, and at the end they were defending with 5. Is what I can see. They were defending with 5, but wasn't they didn't work much. They was a relaxed end of the game. So I think was okay, but of course as a supporter I always want to win. I always want more goals, and Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is, and we are still top on the league. That is the important.
We're 6 points clear. You know,
Yeah.
we're pretty
Mm.
sure we've won this Premier Plate. You know, winning the actual league,
Mm.
and then it comes. We hope it gets to a playoff situation.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, and if we finish top of the table, we'll go away first and play at home second. How do you think this Auckland team will do in a pressure situation like that two-legged cup final situation? Diego, do you want to have a go? How do you think we'll get on?
Well, the boys, I think the boys can manage the pressure because like it's a new team, but I think like having all the support that they've been having like these days, like having like the full stadium, I think that helps a lot. So hopefully the boys can have like a really good match and also like win as everyone expect. But I reckon like they'll do like a great job. Like I kind of feel like now we have like a solid team, so I think it's gonna be great to see like the boys like managing this pressure.
Yeah, we're going to go in hot. Here's a question. So, do you guys sit around the port end, or are you sort of in a different? You are in the port, right?
That's my question.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Where do you
so
sit?
I don't know if you see like the Colombian flag from the second
I do.
match.
Is that
Always
your
in the
one?
port.
Yeah.
No, is my cousin, but he's part of our team. So he always is there. So we have a couple of guys that are always in the port, but
Yeah.
the majority of us are next to them in the general stand. But
Yeah,
always
yeah.
we are in that area.
Yeah.
I only ask because the songs, of course, they're all in
Yeah.
English. I wonder whether there's going to be any sort of Spanish language songs coming out of the
Oh,
South American
Why not?
contingent.
We thought about
Oh,
it. It would be really great to have like something in Spanish, you know?
I think so.
yeah.
Something
Yeah.
easy for us all to
Maybe
remember. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Spanish would be good.
Maybe with
Yeah,
with drums or something like that, you know, like have like this Latino sound, like
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
samba.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking with Chris, that is one of the leads of the port, and we are trying to do some ideas to have a chant for like a Latin in the Latin like a swim for the guys, but we are working on it if we can bring something.
It'd be great.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be great for
Make
the
some
the
noise.
guys. Yeah, it'd be great for the guys on the field. You know, the Spanish guys. You know, to hear something. I think that would really. You know, I mean, how Guillermo just thought a moment ago how much it means. You know, the crowd. I reckon if he heard something in Spanish, I think that would be.
Yes.
That'd be
Yeah,
really
that'd be-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would kind of a bit like at first he'd be a bit like that, and he'd be like, okay, that's pretty. Yeah, and obviously that would be. You need to try and get all their names. That's going to be difficult. You need to try and include all their names. Moreno, Carigos. Yeah, I don't know how you're going to put all the names in. Yeah, May. That's going to be really tricky. Yeah, good luck to you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we will try with the first name, but I think the first name are more difficult because we have to say Guillermo, we have to say Nader.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that Moreno's
like-
first? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little bit difficult, but yeah, we should try something short and easy to speak in English.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And how have you found the Auckland FC crowd? It's quite different to being back in South Central America for you. Is it been quite different or been an easy blend?
I think was easy blend.
Yeah, you've found it is sort of very similar to back home. I mean, I guess the strange thing with the Auckland games are, you know, when there's a derby, it's full, but obviously less people. And then we see the Guillermo mentioned it, when we play away, the crowds are quite small in some of the games.
Yeah.
So I guess we wouldn't be used to that so much, but the Aucklanders are doing a good job to try and fill the stadium. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially that is a new team. Like for me, it's impressive that always we can see like a 80%, 90% like always full, like it's
Yeah,
just
getting there.
few
Eh?
areas left. So
We're getting
for
there.
me, it's very impressive. I think the club is doing a really good, like also working advertising and merchandising. So the people is engaged now. I can see now I'm just walking in the malls and I can see the little kids with the
Mm.
Auckland FC T-shirt. That is like a very good. Is Yeah, I feel always like happy to see the kids wearing the Auckland FC stuff. So it's very nice.
So,
This is an
They-
important question. Yeah,
I-
sorry.
I-
Go on, carry on, Diego. Go on.
I feel like they're building like a new generation, like with the kids. You
yeah.
can see
Mm.
like a bunch of kids like just playing football before the game and after. So it's quite I think like new here in Auckland. I've been like 5 years and I've never seen like that in other games. So it's quite impressive to see like there's more people who is supporting the soccer right now.
It's great. It's great to see. Before we go, we asked Guillermo May a very important question. And it was, if you are asked to bring a plate and wear your togs and jandals, what is happening to you? And now, you guys have been here a little bit longer. Can I ask you to answer honestly? Did you know what the answer was?
Yeah, help me.
Me first? I'll say
Yeah, you go
patty.
first. Diego, go first.
Yeah, patty. That means
You're
patty.
Yeah, bring your togs.
So
bring
like
your jandals.
I'll bring like if you ask me like what I should bring, I'll bring like empanadas.
You bring a
yeah.
speciality. Bring a plate.
Yeah,
That's
and then of
cool.
course togs and jandals.
Yeah, to be honest, for me, it was new when I was watching Guillermo May. I was oh, what is it? But yeah, now it's new for me today.
I feel like we need to do sort of cultural Kiwi lessons for the South American. You know, like there's a discount.
I also thought like togs were like Andes at Guillermo.
That's what he thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Togs, I mean, it was a new one on me because we didn't call it togs in England either. But I now say it. I now say it just like I say yogurt as well.
Oh dear.
I know what's happened to me. All right, before we go, what we usually do is we just do a quick prediction for the next game up. So we've got Central Coast Mariners at home. Matthew, Martino, why don't you go first on the prediction? I'll tell you where they are on this table. They're 10th in the table. They've only won 4 games out of 20.
Yeah, I'll say I'm gonna go to my good one. I'm gonna say 3-1 Auckland. They score first. My hat trick because he's just been on the podcast.
Guillermo, my hat trick.
There you go.
We don't want him to waste that though before the grand final.
No, true. That's a good point. I feel like it's written in the stars. He's just we have to keep a track. How did they perform after they came on the podcast? So Tommy Smith came on the podcast. What was he like? Now we'll have
He's
to
done very well.
He did quite well, didn't he? So let's hope that trend continues.
All right, 3-1 from Martino. Alex, prediction for the game?
I will say 3-1.
Hey.
Yes, but will be a difficult match because we lost some people in the defense. So, but we have a good attack. So, will be.
What's the team name? Who? Someone's out for 2 games. Is it Pinnaker?
Yeah, that one. And I forgot the name. The number 5. He like I got the fifth yellow card. So we are gonna lose. I think
to 5. Is it Tommy Smith?
Let me.
Oh, blind.
Number 5.
I don't remember.
Tommy Smith
on this.
We have the names at the back, eh?
Tommy Smith. Tommy's out. Tommy's out as well. Tommy's out as well, is he? Too many bookings.
Yeah,
Didn't he get a lot of bookings? Did he? He must have got up to 5. Like, I think you get 8.
Yeah. But
we were talking about this last week.
There's rumours of old Dan Hall coming back, isn't there? So that could.
Yeah,
Guillermo says he's close. He's close.
Good timing. That'll be great timing.
Yeah. All right, 3-1. Diego, prediction?
I'll say like 3-0. Yeah.
Okay.
We have like a solid defense. So I think like we'll do like 3 goals and they won't score.
Deal with
wins. Yeah. I
Uh,
think. All right. 3-0,
Gone back.
3-1, 3-1. It's got to be a win, isn't it? It's got to be a win. 2-0. 2-0. Solid
Yeah.
Chelsea style 2-0. Easy. You know,
Yeah,
back in their heyday, they won everything 2-0.
yeah, they did. Yeah.
Not that we like to talk about Chelsea, but all right. Well, that's about it for today, guys. Thank you very much for joining us
Awesome.
on our South American special. Did you hear some of my music I put on earlier? Let me just
Yeah.
See us out. Dance us out.
Let's see that with a bit more music.
Oh yeah, like
Is
some
it-
salsa.
Is it South American though? That was the question for Guillermo, wasn't it?
Of course it
is
is.
it? Is it? Yeah.
I think
Did
so.
you
Also like Cuban, like Puerto Rican.
Salsa.
Salsa.
Yeah.
Salsa.
Yeah.
Salsa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Salsa.
All right. Thank you very much for joining. And good to see you, Diego. Good to see Alex. Good to see you, Matthew. Guillermo May earlier in the show. It was wonderful to have such a talent and a nice gentleman on our show, having some bants and a laugh with us. We'll take it out with the samba dance. And good luck to Auckland FC this weekend. Up the port.
Yeah, boys.
Of the board, thank you very much for having us, and
Yeah.